Welcome into the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick, and boy, it's nice to see that you're dry.
Yes, it was definitely a wet experience for sure, and a lot of fun. You know, kids will have memories of that because we won the game. You know, they'll think about playing in the rain for a district championship. Man, Mustang always plays you tough. They had a great game plan and executed well, and it was a lot of fun. If you were there watching the game, it ended very well, but a lot of memories made on that night.
Might have had to need a boat or a submarine. They say weather is a great equalizer. Is that true?
It was the other night for sure. You know, we've had an opportunity to have a really good, solid run game, and we continued to have that. And it took away a lot of the big explosive plays that, you know, getting the ball out to some kids. And you know, we need to do a better job of executing some of our passing game in the rain. But it's kind of like playing golf. If you don't have it that day, you don't have it. And so we just relied a lot on Tyler Atkins.
Yeah. Good when it comes to playing golf. I've never had it. All right, let's take a look at some of the stats from this game. And as Kirk said, a driving rainstorm here, so you're going to see a little bit more when it comes to rushing yards than passing yards. But when you look at total yards, Kirk, that's a 5 or 6 year ago number, really, which would have been pretty good then. For today, not as much, but in this case, maybe so.
Yeah, it was. And you know, the game was shortened, and I mean, you look up, you've gone through the post-game celebration, all that stuff, and you're back inside at 9:30. You know, I mean, it was definitely one of those old school games where both teams were just pounding the ball, and defensively had some problems fitting the run early in the game, but our guys made some adjustments at halftime and played really well in the second half. Defensively, one of the stats we keep but you don't see is we don't want to allow fourth quarter touchdowns. And the ball, you know, it came down to a situation where we had to score. We scored in the fourth quarter, and we held them out and came out with the victory. The other thing is it doesn't show us how many times the ball was loose, you know, for both teams. And we probably, you know, the ball was loose on the ground for us probably 5 or 6 times, and same for those guys. But all in all, I appreciated and enjoyed the maturity of our team and finding a way to win.
Let's kind of discuss how you get into that. I mean, I remember the first time I played in really cold weather. No matter, you've been outside in cold weather 1,000 times, it's different when you're on the ground and you're playing. How do you get them ready for that, and will they be better if they do it again now?
I think so. Experience, you know, always makes you better, and I think the next time around they'll say, you know, mentally I was not as prepared as what I thought I might be, and next time I understand I'll be stronger mentally to deal with it. My focus has to change. It's all about the ball. It always is, but when you're looking at a driving rainstorm like that, it's got to be about the ball. The quarterback has to focus a lot more on catching the snap. The punter has to think a lot more about his grip on the ball and all those little things, as well as, you know, the obvious is receiver has to focus, but it's the other parts of the game that I think experience will make them better. And
many times coaches will say, hey, we don't worry about that because it is our game, but you really do have to change your play call, don't you?
You do. I mean, we went into the game, we felt very well in pregame. I thought we threw and catch the ball, you know, caught the ball very well. You know, of course, you're dealing with a dry ball right there, you know, and you're not looking at wet turf and wet jerseys. I think that a lot of times people think about, we changed the ball out quite a bit. I think we went through 12 footballs the other night, and the guys did a great job of doing that. But the one thing that is interesting is that you don't think about a wet jersey. You know, there's the running backs carrying the ball laying at the bottom on the turf, and I mean, how wet it gets and how fast that happens.
Well, it's going to be an interesting evening to take a look at, and we'll do that. We'll look at first half highlights of Union and Mustang when we come back on the Union Football Coaches Show.
No matter how you play, or work, or live, life sometimes throws you a curve. At Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center, we help you get back to playing, working, and living your life. EOC, Tulsa's finest and most experienced provider of sports medicine care for over 30 years. Visit us at eoc.com.
What's so different about Arvest? Let's ask real customers.
I have the free business checking account.
They seem interested in making sure that your business is successful.
I'm in here probably 3 to 4 days a week.
They've helped me with lines of credit when I needed extra money for capital.
We didn't have to even come to the bank. He came to the warehouse.
I've got tons of locations in the small towns where we end up building stuff at.
I didn't think it was, it could ever be done, but when I come down here,
it was done.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
We're back on the Union Football Coaches Show. The head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick. I'm Rick Corey, the voice of the Redskins. Let's get right into the first half action. Union and Mustang on what was an absolute weatherman's dream, a sailor's dream, and a football player's nightmare.
Absolutely. Senior night, you know, we had a chance to have all the parents out there in umbrellas and have a good time to honor those guys. And I've got to take a moment to thank our spirit groups and TP crew and the band. The band had their state championship the very next day, and they were out there the whole time helping us secure that championship for ourselves, and really proud of our students and everyone that supported us.
Off to a good start here.
Off to a good start. Tyler run the football. Look at Kellen Stouter, a great block. You see Cameron Queen on the outside, and of course just great balance as Tyler continues to run the football. Mishandled ball there. We've kind of a busted play, some things that you've got to deal with during the game. Come right back, give it to Tyler, let those big guys up front, Trip Newfield on the guard on the big block inside. You see Trip right there pulling again. Got a huge block inside there by Lopez, and Tyler goes in for a score, and felt really good at this moment. Misfit a few gaps early on, and it's kind of one of those A-gap, B-gap situations. They do a nice job and pick up some big yardage. You can see right there, we're just off the fingertips and missed a couple of shoulders here or there, but defensively our guys are scrambling and trying to get to the football. Nice job there by Shamari on the edge as the ball bounces back. Shade Gesser makes the play from the inside. You see Bajek making a really nice play from the defensive line position, doing a good job. Bajek with a lot of pressure underneath, and comes in with the sack fumble. What a great play there by Devin Bajek. Come back with the little boot action. Again, execute the play well. They covered up well, and incomplete pass. See Kellen with the big block on the outside. David Warner again continues to play very well from that tight end position, fullback position. Does a great job on blocking. They covered up. You can just kind of see how we're having difficulty with the ball, and unfortunately have to punt the ball away.
And you really feel like you're doing all right other than the conditions.
Yeah, so you feel like you're playing well. You just kind of have to adjust to it. We miss a tackle there. I don't know if the jerseys were slick or not from tackling, but you've got to focus on a tough, hard-nosed running attack that Mustang had. They try to get the edge, and we've got great speed there. You see Starks coming up, making a really nice play. We lost the edge on that one, and we did that a couple of times, had to get that corrected, and they do a good job. It's a good football team at capitalizing on it.
Well, that's the thing for people to remember. This Mustang team is highly rated as well.
Try to get the bubble play out like we did the week before against Moore, and just losing the grip on the ball and having a difficult time with it. Come back to a third down, try to get the edge. Get AK there. They do a good job of defending it, and just make it, again, a situation where we've got to punt the ball away. Defensively, they really hung on to us most of the game and gave us opportunity, and you can see there they get the flare pass out, but our guys are rallying to the ball and chasing the football down.
You mentioned Devin Bajek. He really had a nice game, didn't he?
Devin's playing really well. Lee Barnes had a great game. The defensive line is really coming around. Love the play there by Starks. He comes down, does a nice job of rallying to the football. You see right there, you got Shamari and Darius Thornton at linebacker. What a big pressure point there by Shamari on the edge, and I think it was Io who came in, Io at safety, and forced them to punt. Shamari in at tailback changes things a little bit. You see nice blocking inside, and guys still struggling and fighting. Shamari doesn't ever give up on a play. They defend the play very well, and here we are. It's kind of punt back and forth and just kind of waiting on somebody to miss a tackle or a fumble, and that's kind of how the first half went. Lee Barnes with the big stop to end that quarter, and we come back to work. Guys are doing a good job rallying, fitting gaps, getting off blocks, those kinds of things. Got good pressure coming there, and that pressure causes those balls to be thrown a little off key. Great job there by Shamari, and I think that was Darius Thornton with the pressure on the play. Tyler bounces it outside, finds that soft edge, makes a guy miss, and and just does some really good work.
Never went down. Delivered the hit.
Never went down. They've packed that box. They understand people aren't going to throw the ball very much, so we're trying to run a little bit of stretch play, try to get them to loosen up a little bit. You can see right there, those are plays that, you know, the ball just coming out of your hand, it sails, and they do a good job with the interception. Defensively, we're going to ask the defense to come back up and make some plays. I love the view here. You can tell the weather, the way it was, is I know that our UView crew was having difficulty keeping the camera lenses wiped off and clear. And again, the interesting thing is you have to understand is all those cameras and stuff, those are out in the elements. You know, they aren't inside press boxes or anywhere. These are people that are staying outside in the rain, trying to give us the show that we have today.
Yeah, we're going to have a little bit more money for chamois, Coach.
They do a nice job here defensively of stopping it there. They're got Jordan Kelly on the stop. Their tailbacks were in that pistol position. They get that run and start, and they hit those holes really hard and fast. And I thought Mustang had a really good game plan. Their kids played really well.
Really making them work for it, though. You're making them trudge downfield.
Got to make them snap the ball. Oh, Coach Gary Schneider used to say all the time, make them snap it. They got a first down, didn't get a touchdown, and you make them execute enough, they're going to have a mistake, and we come up with a big fumble there, get our offense back to work, and I don't know what you can say about that performance right there. What an outstanding job with balance out of Tyler, playing very hard and very well. Give the ball back to Shamari. Shamari again, getting through the hole, getting the extra yardage, keeping his balance. You can see right there. Those tailbacks, Coach Graham's got those guys running really, really hard and really tough. Cutshaw, the big block, and I thought Tyler was just going to drive them all into the end zone on that one there. See Barrios with the nice pull. A good job there by Stouter. Got Lawrence Harris, a sophomore at tight end. The nice block to get us into the end zone.
So again with the lead.
Oh, man, what a play. I thought one of the plays of the first half there as Kyrie Fisher comes off the edge. Big hit on the quarterback, sack, fumble, recovery. Give it to our offense right back. Let's go make a big statement here. Outstanding job by Tyler. Let's get in the end zone and try to give a little cushion here going into the half. Go ahead.
I'd just like to go the over-under and how many times he actually goes down, because at the end of a whole lot of these running plays, he's still on his feet.
Oh, he's always looking for a way to stay on his feet and get extra yardage. Got to break down our special teams. They make a really nice play and get a huge return here, something you definitely don't want to take place, as you're leading into a half. Defensively, we want to make them drive the whole field, and unfortunately we give up a huge play special teams-wise and puts our defense kind of backs against the wall. We want to try to get a big stop here and go into the half with that 2-touchdown lead. Mustang executes really well. Does a nice job. They try to get us outside, but our guys stayed at home. They played good fundamental football, had a nice job on the quarterback, and we misfit a gap inside, and they go in and score.
So everybody gets a chance to get out of the rain. It's 20-13 Union, and you've got some things to talk about here at the half, but as much as anything, it's just trying to tell guys, I would think, just keep playing well, keep playing hard. These conditions aren't going to change. No,
they actually get worse in the third quarter condition-wise. We talked about their mental toughness, their focus. The details have to be focused on a little bit more than usual, and they're playing for a district championship. That's senior night. Let's go out and play with some pride.
All right, let's see what the adjustments are and how it goes in the second half. Coming back with the second half highlights of Union and Mustang here on the Union Football Coaches Show.
So I work in production, and I help cover a lot of college football games. There's a ton of running and lots of travel all over the place. You might think I'd go with a mega bank for the convenience, But actually, I just switched to TTCU. I could have signed up online, but I decided just to walk in, and I'm so glad I did. Just for opening a checking account, they gave me $50 and $50 to a local school. And now when I travel, it's like a little piece of home is always with me. It really is unbeatable.
We're back on the Union Football Coaches Show, or as we call it today, the Weathercast. It's going to be an interesting second half for you guys. You've got to get them ready to come back out for the second half, and so you're just going to tell them, guys, it's going to rain, you got to go play.
I think they understood. There was, they started thinking, more about winning the game than the weather. And you can see our guys. Lee Barnes came out and had a really good second half. So disruptive. You can see Big Lee right there, just causing problems in the interior line. Guys chasing the football. We challenged them pretty good. Trey Brown comes up with a nice stop there. You can see Spicer in there and Bajek as well, stopping the run. We knew that was the situation. Got to come up, make a nice play. Kyrie did a great job expanding the defense there and made a nice stop. Let's go back to work. We're going to run the football. Let's do the best we can with it. Try to take a shot early on, at least when you have a chance, and we're just off the mark there to Deontay. Come back, run the play, give it to the guy who continues to break tackles. And just, I thought Tyler did an incredible job and did a great job throughout the night.
Breaking tackles and records.
Throw and a catch. We thought we came up with that one there. It was a little bit off the turf and to Cameron McQueen, and unfortunately we got to punt the ball away.
Swarming defensively here.
Defensively, we know it's a one-score game. We got a battle. Darius Thornton comes in there, makes a nice play. Just misfit a gap to the inside there. Fortunately, you got Patrick Fields at safety, comes in and makes a nice stop and cuts the ball down.
And you're seeing the effects of the rain here, and it even starts to mess with the equipment a little bit later on.
Yeah, I think the camera guys were having a tough time. They don't get a halftime. I guess they're still out there. Nice play by Kyrie again. I thought he played his best game he's played all year. Kyrie did a really good job. Again, another big play by him, folding inside on the insert zone. You can see those guys up front just battling. Tyler DeSmit making a nice play from his position there, making it difficult for them to run the ball inside. We lose a little bit of leverage to the quarterback on the outside, and he's a good one. He goes in and makes the game tight. Try to get a big return game, and it's always fun to kick it to that guy right there. And Trey does a nice job on a huge return, and had a minor block in the back, set us back just a little bit on that one, but I thought he did a really good job. Coverage or protection breaks down, and we've got kind of a tough situation. I mean, we throw it up, and Landon Wood makes an unbelievable catch down on the goal line, and want to get the ball in. We felt like we got it real close here. Just try to take a shot at it right here and try to get into the end zone. Mustang does a great job on 1st and goal. They stop us all 4 downs, and just got a little bit high there on the quarterback sneak. Felt like we should be able to get in, and just unable to get the ball across the end zone.
He slipped a little bit right there. You could tell the water really is having some effect.
Got him deep in a hole, got great pressure, and I mean, they just throw it up and it lands right on the, great execution getting it out of the hole by those guys. Defensively, you see Spicer there making a really nice stop inside. And for those of you at home watching TV, I hope you can see it better than I can, because it's definitely fogged up.
A little bit that way. There's not much you can do about it. It's just so doggone wet.
Let's go back to work. We've got to find a way to execute, get some offense going, take some pressure off of our defense, and you're going to kind of see the same song, different verse here as we head through this 3rd quarter and the beginning of the 4th quarter. Try to take a shot, got it at midfield, and they cover it up well, get good pressure. Brandon throws the ball away, and we're right back on defense. Great stop there by Trey. Trey came up from the corner position, made a huge stop. He did the same thing against Moore last week. And I think Asa Carter with some good pressure there, forcing the throw to be off, and does a nice job. Trying to get the ball again, tried to bounce it outside, probably one too many times for those guys, and Mustang does a good job of securing it. come back with a nice screen play. That's a completion, by the way. We did complete a pass, but they were right there for it. You can see here that just covered it up well underneath. Come back and just off the fingertips right there on the sideline to extend the drive. And so we're back to defense.
Well, defensively, you have to know you just can't give up a score here.
No. It's in that fourth quarter, and every time we come off the field, we're saying, remember that big goal we have, no fourth quarter touchdowns. See Kyrie makes a nice play. Got good pressure from the back end, and what a great play. Io steps up, makes a huge turnover. We think, all right, that's the one we need right there. Get a little bit of momentum going, and let's get the offense on track. Go get a score, and let's win this game. Got a nice block on the outside by David Warner. Pick up the first down, and unfortunately the penalty puts us back. So but it's not a good place to be, is be behind the chains on a game like tonight.
Especially with that kind of weather, but you're just trying to grind it out.
Try to take a shot here to get a first down, and just right off just tough to grip the football. Nice play there by Shade and Patrick Fields come in and make a nice stop on the run play there. Deep pass over the middle. You're kind of holding your breath over all of these. We're kind of hoping that we come up with a big interception again, but again, it's defended well by Aaron Ugball and does a nice job with it. Give the ball to Trey. Again, just looking for something, maybe stretch them out. They do a good job. They coach well too, and they definitely chase the football well, make it tough on us. Great call here by Coach Roepke, our offensive coordinator. Slip the tailback out of the backfield. When that kid is playing well, let's get the ball to him. Great throw, great catch, and what an outstanding play for Tyler to break those tackles and get us that score we needed.
But still no room to breathe safe yet.
No, definitely not. Defensively, you could just feel the energy of our defense. Do a nice job there underneath, stopping the run, and they get the ball. Just missed a couple of tackles there, and they know they've got to go down and score. We're under a minute here, or a couple of minutes anyway. Good pressure coming, and they're continuing to throw the ball down the field. We've had a chance for a turnover there and missed it. But defensively, I thought that Aaron Ugball did a nice job of defending the play.
Yeah, and obviously one of the things you're doing here, nice job of stripping that thing out.
Darius came in, stripped the ball out, just fall on the ball, and we win. You know, one of those situations, and just making them snap the football, keep grinding, keep playing.
In bounds there too, which was key.
They come back, they underneath, hit a little curl route, do get it down to the 15-yard line. We know we're in a situation we've got to be, definitely a tense situation, and Patrick Fields comes and knocks the ball away right there at the end. And, who knows? It'd be interesting to ask their coach, would he have gone for two, in that situation? How would it have played out? But fortunately, our defense on the field, things you dream about. You want to be on the field at the end of the game. You want to make that play that wins the game, and love seeing the way our defense grew up.
And you'd love to wipe the sweat off your brow at the end of that game, but you can't tell if it's sweat or rain. There's just so much of it. So Union wins it by a score of 27-20, and as Kirk says, we're talking district championships. There's one more game in the regular season. We'll talk about that when we come back, and we'll even take a little look ahead to playoffs as well here on the Union Football Coaches Show.
Frontier Valley Conference. 10 schools. Broken Arrow, Bartlesville, Bixby, Bishop Kelly, Jinx, Muskogee, Owasso, Sand Springs, Sapulpa, Union. .22 sports, 509 state titles. Numbers don't lie. Frontier Valley Conference. Strength in numbers.
We're back on the Union Football Coaches Show, season winding down. And the good news is when you make the trip to UCO and Edmond, we understand that the Redskin Dopplers, as the rain chances aren't quite as good.
So far, you know, we've got to keep an eye on it all week. But we know we're going to play an Edmond North team that had a big win last week against Owasso. And a lot of people said, you know, that man, what a huge shocker. And, you know, you expect Owasso to win that game at home. But I don't think it's a shocker as much as tough as our district is. You could have a poor record and still be a good football team. Sure. The Moore team we played a week ago is a good football team. They just haven't closed out the games, and Edmond North is a lot like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
We'll talk playoffs in a second. First of all, let's take a look at some of the shots, a little up close and personal from the game against Mustang. And, Coach, this is one of those, now as you look back on it, it's still kind of amazing what you went through, isn't it?
It is. You can see the camera shots. Everybody talks about how good Tyler is, but I mean, look at Kellen Stouter and those guys, the way they blocked that play up, and they get him started for sure on that one. Huge hit here. You got Shamari Brooks, number 11 on 11 right there. Love seeing the way Shamari plays. That's a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Here's Darius again. You know that quarterback had to be sore on Saturday with Darius, that big hit, as he come in from the linebacker position, made a nice stop. There they are again. You can see Tyler going in for the score. Going in, I believe that's the one where he hit the guy, knocked his helmet off as Tyler goes in for a touchdown. There's that sack fumble, probably one of the biggest plays of that first half as Kyrie Fisher comes in, makes a nice play, comes off the edge, beats the block, and sacks the quarterback.
And there just shows you what that night was like. That's not fuzz and that's not snow, that's rain.
That's Io Algalo there and Trey Brown. Io is a senior for us and has made a lot of good football plays for us over the years. Asa Carter coming in again, good pressure coming out of the end zone there, and on the quarterback. Quarterback had a long night. There's another one. Mitchell Lewis. I'm not sure how many times the guy got hit, but just looking at these pictures, our guys did their damage with him.
I imagine you got hit just enough that he hopes not to play Union in playoffs.
Here's after the interception, after the pressure. You can see Io. Those guys doing a nice job looking downfield to make a big play. And you love seeing guys celebrate. Here's two seniors, an offensive lineman, Lopez there with Brandon Birch, just celebrating after the game. Two seniors that a lot of people talked about, hey, I'm not sure if they'll win the district this year. And those guys came in and have done a really nice job.
Well, we've only got about 30 seconds left, but what are your preparations playoff-wise now? You still have a game to go, I realize that, but you have to also be thinking ahead.
Well, the playoffs are shortened the last couple of years with 3 games. We told our kids, we're just going to start now. Let's start now. Let's make Edmond North the first round. But as you look into the playoffs, probably looking at the other district, all the coaches look at the different scenarios. There's several of them. But I think, an Edmond Santa Fe or an Edmond Memorial could probably be one of those first-round opponents. Fortunately for us, we get to play at home.
Either way, Union's going to get a chance to play in the playoffs. But first, let's finish the season. We'll do it next week and talk to you then on the Union Football Coaches Show.